Okay. All right, everyone, thank you so much and welcome to the course Student Learning Outcomes. So this is the course level improvement. So I'm going to try to show you who should be here, first of all, why are we here, and then why are your classes here. And then we're going to show you how to go to get to the improvement plan. All right, just a few things out here just before we get started here. So if you have if you have adjunct people in the area, so full-time people, if you have adjuncts in your field and you're doing the improvement plan, please get together with them as well if you can and talk about what the improvement would be. So this is classes or courses that were last year, so fall 2022. You guys did SLO exams, not and maybe a different instructor too, right? You may not even taught the class, right? But someone in your department taught this class. When they did their SLOs, they were above the success threshold. And most courses at West Hills College have a success threshold of 70%. There are some that have 80, some actually there's a couple that have 90% as a threshold. So so we're going to go off of that, and I'll show you where you can find that information. You can easily look at it yourself, and then we'll go from there. So then, so adjunct faculty, if you have full-time faculty area, reach out to them. Full-time faculty, if you have adjuncts, please reach out to them as well. We're good. That's what this is about, connection as well. So in fact, you do need to talk about to your department what improvements you're going to do before you do the improvements, and then we're going to measure to make sure or if they helped or not. That's essentially what we're doing. Okay, so let me share my screen here. And so I want to show who's invited to the fun part here. So this is, hopefully you guys see an Excel spreadsheet here.
No.
No Excel
There it
spreadsheet.
is.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect. Okay, so I'm just going to take roll of people that are here. We good? Just real quick here. Those are the people that were here last time here. So these are the classes that you were, so again, someone in your department taught last year. And this is a repeat of the Mondays session here. So let's talk about the spreadsheet that I gave out. So notice this is for CSLO improvement. And then underneath here, here's a class that needs to be approved. And then at the same time, right over here is the SLO. So let's have this discussion here. So not all SLOs are under the threshold. But if you want to test all of them, you can. That's no problem. If you just want to test just whatever number you need, that's fine too. But faculty seem to be, for the most part, what they'll do is they will just test all of them anyways, because usually you have an SLO exam that tests all of them already, but you're going to pay special attention to that particular one. Some of you guys have embedded student learning outcome exams. So you have already maybe 4 exams throughout the semester. And let's say SLO number 1 is on the first exam, SLO number 2 is on the second exam, and that's the one that you want to be thinking about. So yes, let's say you are Rodney teaching AOJ 24, and I'm only interested in number 2. You could just do the test results just for that, okay? For child development 5 and 10, those, you're going to do all of them.
Right.
Cool. And then Kim, we already talked about Kim 2A is going to do number 3, and talked last time here, the math department, we have SLO number 3 for math 25, and poli-sci just has the first SLO. So again, whether you assess all of them or just that particular one, that's a discussion to be had with your group before you do the process there. Okay, so any questions off the list here?
Now, when you put the full-time faculty, it means this is the person who was teaching the course, right?
No, this is these are the people that are teaching the course this semester. It may not be the people that were teaching it last semester. Not at all.
Oh.
And Arcadia, is the fact that we have, say, number 3, does that mean that's the one that fell below the 70%?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. The other two were just fine. It just number 3 is the one that's set below.
Okay.
So just an example, I guess this would be a good example for everyone. The math department, we do have an SLO exam. It's one exam in Math 25. It's sitting on Canvas, and we give the
Mm.
students that particular exam. So if we want to, we can score exam SLO number 1, 2, and 3, and 4, right, if we wanted to. And we could put those results into Lumen, but we're going to pay special attention to number 3 for the improvement process.
Stick with 3.
Okay. Again,
Yeah.
that's a discussion to be had when you guys get together to see if do that. The only benefit maybe would be if you want more data points and more data for your program review. That's probably essentially what you would want to sort of see. And then the next time you teach this class and you assess, you actually will have an extra data point to look at improvement for the class. So again, up to you guys in your department of how you want to test it and everything here. So I only see, yeah, Kim 2A with adjunct faculty here, and she was here last time. That's great. And then poli sci adjunct faculty. So Kevin and Antonio will get together and talk as what they're going to do. So it has to be an improvement process, improvement plan. Okay, so now let's jump to the Illumin. And if you want to jump with me to it, that's fine. I just want to get there. So adjunct faculty know how to get there. So underneath my West Hills College. And if you're going to Illumin for the first time, I have it bookmarked on mine, but if you're doing it for the first time, you're going to go into the staff portal login. And this is normally how people get to their classes if they have not bookmarked their classes yet. And of course, it's going to take me a little bit of time to log in. All right, and then if there's any other questions as I'm trying to log in here. And I really want to stress the fact that this is not about you, because it could be that you didn't even teach the class last semester. It is about the course itself and what students have learned in the course or were able to demonstrate learning of. And so this is very much strictly a course improvement process, not an instructor evaluation process, not an instructor improvement process at all either. All right, I logged me into a interesting place here. All right, so this is the faculty portal site. And so in order to get to Illumin for the first time, you're going to go to the left-hand side of the page, and you're going to scroll down, and you're going to go to Kalinga. Do not go to the Lemoore page. That is because Lemoore and Kalinga, they have two different SLOs, two different processes. Everything is different. So SLOs are a college thing. And so you want to be on the correct website piece of it here. So if you want to log in with me, you can as well. That's no problem, as we'll see the same stuff there. I'm going to log in as a faculty member, and we'll see where everything came from here. So I'm going to log in. That's my notifications here. So I'm going to switch my role here into faculty. Okay, in mathematics. So your role and then your department. So you could possibly be working in two different departments, just depends on how and what you do at the college and what classes you teach. But what happens here is the default setting is your course setting. It's your assessment cycle setting right here. And then spring 2023, that is correct. We do not want to go here. What we want to do is we want to go over here to SSOs and assessments or SLOs and assessments. Sometimes you'll see this as SSOs, sometimes SLOs. They're saying the same thing. And sometimes they'll say even AUOs because those are the three different types in West Hills College here. So click on this one right here. You're going to make this one to be the grade, slightly grayed out area. And what you're going to get a listing of all your classes in your department, as well as all the SLOs in your department.
For this semester or last semester?
This is going to be all the SLOs by department. So there'd be all the SLOs in your department under mathematics. As opposed to this screen right here, this is just the ones that are associated with your class. Oh, you know what I should do here?
Katie, we leave the date as spring 2023.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah, and let me do one more thing here. I'm going to stop my video because that's part of it, because it does a lot of bandwidth stuff, and I should go a little faster now. Okay. Tell me if you guys see my screen here. It says Math 1A, Introduction to Calculus.
Yep.
Okay, so what we're going to do here, sorry, Annalisa, real quick, if you're already at this page, what you're going to do is you're going to go back one semester because the results for the semester were from fall 22. So you click on fall 22, and you're just seeing what the percentage was for your class. And then you're going to scroll down. So notice if there's little dash lines, that means there was no assessment made for the fall 22. As we scroll down to Math 25, we should see some assessments. So math people, here's what we got. So for Math 25, we got an 80% for our first SLO, 92.3. So a lot of them did pretty good on the constructor confidence intervals. And this one, we kind of just barely missed the mark here, a 66.7 for that one here. So notice it turns red. So if this number is lower than this one, that's when the red occurs.
So, Arcade, I'm sorry, I'm going to stop. This is all of us, all the math faculty for Math 25 on
yes, correct.
And spring 21.
Yes, correct. Yeah, this is the composite. This is not your score. This is no, this is fall 2022.
Fall 22, yeah.
So this is why it was put on the list in the first place. All right. So it also kind of gives you an idea of whether you want to assess all three SLOs or not, right? Just as data points like, that's pretty high. Maybe we should just concentrate on this one here. And also at the same time, are the improvements connected in any which way, you know? Because it could be a class that all the SLOs are more connected to something or a part of something as opposed to three completely individual SLOs. Okay, so are we good here? So that's why if you want to take a look at your own class, and Elisa, if you want to take a look at CD5 and Child Development 10, you can do that as well. Just kind of scroll down, and then you will have, at least we'll know why you were put on the list here, which is a good list. It's an improvement list. That's a good thing. Okay. So then that's the list part. Any questions of that? Let me pause real quick here right now. Any questions so far?
Nope.
All right, let's go with it here. So then in order to get to all right, just so we know, so the inbox, if you're a full-time faculty member, ever did anything in curriculum workflow, inbox, Sarah Shepard said that's key, right? So whenever you have to edit something, whenever you have reviewed or put on the agenda, you usually have something over here like a little marker saying, hey, you have a to-do. So I have 2 to-dos right over here. So click on the inbox. And this is going to be after you guys meet. So after you meet as a department.
Well, this is what I want to say. It's not, I think, for each one of us. It's for all of us who have to put something here, right?
Yeah. So this semester, we are just going to do all of us. And then eventually we will get to the point that we're going to have one person. But I wanted everybody to get used to this process. All right. So we do have workflows. Workflows are something that's connected usually with curriculum. Those are workflows. But you have something called improvement plans right here. So clicking on improvement plans, all of them will be labeled WHCC CSLO Improvement Plan version 2, because that's what we're on. And so you're going to notice some classes here. There may actually be some classes you don't teach. So this is what Illumin does. If your name was ever associated with any class ever, even for a millisecond, Illumin takes that information. So with me right here, this class, Mrs. Mann and I switched these 2 classes. I was scheduled for this class. We switched. I'm doing the Monday night class. She's doing the Tuesday class. And that's why. But my name is still associated with this class. Do not respond to that one. Since I'm not teaching the class, I'm not going to respond to this one. I'm only going to respond to the one I'm teaching here, which is down here. And I'm going to click the respond button. And as a SLO committee, a little bit way back, this has been like 3 years in the process here. We try to make this as simple as possible. First things first, you're going to add the SLO that you want to improve. So for the math department, it was math 25, and it was the 3rd one. Click enter, click close. And then right here is going to be the response. It's the response to this little reflection right here. So what needed improvements? It was a curriculum, pedagogy, student support, faculty support, procedural change, or assessment tool that the department is going to implement. The assumption is that faculty will teach and implement these changes in the next semester, which is this semester now. And if not, then tell me why you can't do it this semester after you meet, and then we'll just move this class along to the next semester if need be. But hopefully we can do it this semester. And so as an example here, so given a claim about population mean, the student will perform a hypothesis test, significance level, in order to test the claim. So then what is the math department going to do? What changes are they going to do to get from 66.7 up above 70%? Are we going to give them a worksheet? Is there going to be a real response question before we do the SLO? Like that's what goes in here. So you're going to put in the math department stated that we are going to do 2 worksheet problems, real life problems that involve this population mean.
Yeah.
All right. Once you do that, you are not going to fill out the second piece. All right, because it's the results. This is what we're going to do at the end of the semester. What you're going to do is you're just going to go down here and you're going to save it as a draft. And once you save it as a draft, it will be put into a queue saying that we have some improvement plans ongoing, but not completed. And then once we get there, we're going to just open it up again. We're going to finish it off and then click submit afterwards. So the first time through, just save as draft only. All right, and that completes the training. I was under half an hour here. So my question is, any questions for you or from you?
No.
So
We just need to meet.
Okay.
I'm going to meet with Jeannie, but I am teaching the 2 classes that I need to do the improvements on. So I need to add that to the other 3 that I gave you. Should I send you an email?
Oh, yes, please. Yeah. Let's fix
and then that. I'll meet with Jeannie and go through this. And then we only answer the first response, putting in how we're going to attack the problem.
Yes. And then save as draft.
Save as draft. Okay.
And also, Arcady, what happened has happened already. Now we want the improvement for the current course that is running right now.
Yes. We're doing the improvement for this course.
Yeah, for this course this semester.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
because we can't go
understand.
back in time, right? We can't go back in time and
Exactly.
reteach fall
Exactly.
2022. So that's why it's not even connected to the teachers. It's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
connected to the students, right? Because you have actually a different set of students in the class now too, right? So it is really just course specific for this course, for this particular SLO. How are students responding now? You know,
Okay.
so there's,
Okay.
I mean, stats, we say there's a little bit of noise here, right? Because it's not
Mhm.
an experiment, right? It's more like a
Yeah.
survey-ish kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's not really hard stats here.
Yeah.
All right. Any further questions beyond that?
Thank you.
This is something, Arcadia, that we need to get done right now, the first response. And then
The first response should be pretty soon in this semester, just because you are trying to figure out what you're going to implement as changes, right, for the course.
okay.
Yeah. So, and so you are trying to figure out, yeah, what are we going to do? What are we going to change? How am I teaching style going to change? Or do we need a different, what am I going to add to this course to help it?
So there's like right now there's I believe we have English 2 that is being assessed this semester, and there's only one person teaching it. Does there need to be collaboration on that, or does only that instructor need
No,
to?
so so this right here, this SLO process is just for improvement. It is not the regular SLO process we normally use during the semester. We good? This is just for improvement only. This is just courses that fell underneath the success criteria last semester and are
Okay.
being reassessed this semester.
So anybody who's ever taught it.
Yeah, but it has to be underneath that 70% threshold.
Oh, I see.
And because it did that last semester, this is why we're doing it.
I see.
This is
Okay.
not at all the same. So this right here, I'm going to scroll up real quick here. So these right here are just on the regular assessment cycle for the semester. So there's your English 2, but we're not doing any kind of improvement, right? We're just
I see.
teaching the class and doing the assessment.
Okay, great.
So yeah, that does not pertain to this.
Okay.
Cool. Good question. Good question here. So we have two different, just real quick here, just as an overall picture for things. We do have the classes that were on the 2-year assessment cycle. They are right here as you all got your spreadsheet, right? So these are the classes that are on the 2-year cycle for this semester. And let me scroll down real quickly here. So this is how you would read it. So this is the normal process we normally use for the classes, right? This right here is the special process we just got training on just now. And this is the improvement process. Maybe I should have put these. Now, these ones right here were classes that were supposed to be assessed last semester and did not get assessed. So they're going to be on the docket every single semester until they're assessed. And so the normal assessment process has to happen for these as well. All right. Does that help?
Yes.
Cool. All right. If there are no further questions, I'm going to stop the recording process and
Katie, I
we'll
did
go
have
from there.
one more question.
Yeah, sure.
Jeannie and I had the same classes where we need to do the improvement. We're going to collaborate on this. So will our response, is it okay that our response is the same since we're going to be
Yes,
having
absolutely.
a meeting together? So
yeah,
okay.
And that's a question that another person asked on Monday, saying, "Do we need to fill out?" I just want everybody to have practice with it, and we'll refine the process later on, where we are going to have something called a course coordinator, just someone in the department to be the person to fill this out. But I wanted everybody to sort of get used to the process at first.
So am I clear that Jeannie will do hers, or am I doing all of ours since
Yeah,
I'm the contact person?
Oh, sure. Yeah. So it doesn't really matter on the contact person here. That was I just put your name down because you're in the department. I know both of you guys are full time, so it was not an issue there.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
I want Jeannie and you both to fill out the response, even though it's a department-wide response.
Okay.
So
Great.
you're going to have a meeting and you're essentially almost going to say the same thing, just in your own
Yes.
words, right? We are going to
Yes.
improve this and we're going to do this and then click save draft.
Perfect.
Now, Arcadia, I think both Anna and Anna and Jeannie, I think they're going to get the same box to answer in. I mean, you're going to get the same page, both of them.
Yeah, correct. And part
Yeah,
of it is
so
just for us to get trained on it and more
Yeah.
people just to have access to it. And we'll refine that afterwards. And it's only going to be for a few disciplines, right? Like multiple people disciplines. Yeah, so for now, I figure for the first year or so, year and a half, we'll have everybody fill in the boxes, get used to it, and then this will become more of a routine process. And it'll be
Thank you.
refined to do it like right after SLO results come in, you know. So just to institutionalize it a little bit later. All right. Are there any other further questions? All right. Thank you, everyone, so much for taking the time to look at
Thank
this
you.
here. And if there are any other further questions, please don't hesitate to email me.
Thanks, Arcady.
Thank
Mhm.
you.
Thank you.